Okay, we are now in the pumpkin patch at the Jungle Farm, and you're going to see some damage on the leaves, and this is from frost. So this is from it being very cold at night, below zero, and you'll see there's lots of green leaves, but there's lots of leaves that have some damage on them, and that's from it being too cold. But let's look inside and see what we're finding. Look at, there's some pumpkins in here. So we're gonna find some green pumpkins in my patch. We're gonna find warty pumpkins, but we're also gonna find some of these nice orange pumpkins. So searching for pumpkins is a fun thing to do because they're all hidden inside the patch. And if you look with your little eyes, I don't know how good you can eye spy, you can see them hidden underneath the leaves. So leaves protect them. The other thing that's interesting with pumpkins is the pumpkins are very prickly. So not the pumpkin itself, but the plant is very prickly. So it's got lots of thorns on the stem as well as right on the pumpkin plant, on the leaves and stuff. And that stops the predators, which would be things like deer, that would come in and want to eat them, because they're not going to be very appealing to eat a pumpkin if it's all prickly inside their mouth, or if it feels prickly on their legs. So often they don't actually come in and get them. So we have lots and lots of pumpkins. Great time to come out to the farm. We keep them out in the patch until we have a real hard frost that kills all the vines and then allows the pumpkins to be exposed. Once they're exposed to the cold, then we need to pick them and protect them by bringing them inside. So we're gonna wander over here and see. We're seeing lots of orange pumpkins in here. This is a special pumpkin. It's called a precocious pumpkin, which means it starts yellow and turns orange. So they're always our very first ones. Look at this pumpkin. Oh my goodness. It's stuck out on the very end of the row, and a deer came along and chewed on that guy because he thought he was pretty tasty. This one's kind of interesting. Look at, he's got a green bum. The rest of him is all nice and orange. And as we move down, the size of our pumpkins actually decreases. So we just have little miniature pumpkins as we go further down in our patch. This one is not a miniature guy. Look how big he is. Oh, he is big. So we've got lots of different pumpkins. And you would have already seen some warty ones, but I see another warty one right here. The warty ones are always so cool because the warts change colors at a different rate than the rest of the pumpkins. So a pumpkin that is stored in a warm, dry spot will turn color. Here's our little decorator pumpkins and some white ones as well. So we want to keep them warm and dry being the really important part, and that will allow the pumpkins to store right up till Halloween, even if they're picked now. We wash them with a light solution of peroxide, and that kills any bacteria that might be on the outside of them. This is a special pumpkin. This is called a pie pumpkin. The pie pumpkins are really thicker flesh that's sweeter. So it's a sugar pumpkin or a pie pumpkin. Those ones are great pumpkins to enjoy in pies, but also in baking, such as loaves and breads. So we have those as well, and we'll keep those as long as they will store. And now this part over here is all squash. So you never know what you might find if you look inside here. There'll be different types of squash. Ooh, I'm just seeing vines right now, but there's lots of different types of squash, like buttercup, Hubbard, acorn, and spaghetti. So we're glad you came to our pumpkin patch.